I'm running on empty and I'm only halfway through the semester. So I just thought I'm just gonna go for it. Just have a nice relaxing kind of midday girls' day out.
They would be scandalized.
So I didn't have to murder anyone. These might be the only wildflowers I see this year. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a full-time university writing instructor and a part-time content creator and indie author. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here. Welcome to what will be the last spring break vlog. We're actually gonna go and do stuff today. Not a lot, but I do have plans with Mom. This morning and this afternoon we're gonna go out to lunch, and then we're gonna do a little bit of shopping at Kierland Commons and Scottsdale Quarter, so that should be fun. I was hoping to do something like that and spend a little bit more time with Mom outside of the house over spring break, so I was really glad when she agreed and said that she could come. So she'll be getting here in little less than an hour. I am keeping an eye on my phone for when she is on her way. As you will have seen in the last vlog, which I am currently editing, I have not been doing that much over spring break, and I've kept that up. I really have. So I think I last vlogged on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I did nothing. I thought about doing something, but I did nothing. I'm just leaning into the rest, and every time I feel that like guilt creeping in, I just remind myself that I need this rest and it's okay, and to not feel guilty, and I will get back to work on Monday on all the things that need to be done. There really was nothing that absolutely had to be done this week. I didn't send out a newsletter. I thought I'd at least send out an email saying like, here's the links to the vlogs from this week, but I couldn't even be bothered to do that. Like I'm running on empty and I'm only halfway through the semester. This is not how I like feeling at this point in the semester, especially when on Monday, I'm not just picking back up where I left off as far as my full-time job is concerned. I'm picking up 2 additional classes. We're not going to think about that in this vlog. In this vlog, we're just focused on spring break and how lovely it has been and how restful it has been. We have had the best weather. It has been cool. It has been cloudy. It has rained multiple times this week. It's just been incredible. Thursday, I had meant to vlog on Thursday. I had wanted to vlog on Thursday, and I just was not in the right headspace. I could not form sentences. I was not very coherent. I just needed to lay on the couch. But the rain was incredible. So I didn't vlog the day properly. I did vlog a little bit of the rain, but I enjoyed the rain. Sometimes I like to vlog things and like capture it for the future. Other times I like to just live it and experience it and not vlog it and not have the pressure of vlogging. So the rain was incredible. It was gorgeous. It felt so magical. It started off, I think Thursday morning. It wasn't super sunny, but it wasn't super cloudy. It was just pretty nice. I did go for a short-ish hike. I was not in the best headspace Thursday morning. I came home, got myself cleaned up and cozy on the couch, and just watched Netflix, I think, for most of the day. And then it got cloudier and cloudier and cloudier, and it was getting cooler and cooler and cooler, and then the rain came, and it really was just truly magical. And then Friday, yesterday, I went for a really long hike in the morning. The longest hike I've done in weeks. And the second longest hike I think I've done all season. So I didn't intend to do this particular hike, but I wanted to start going down this one trail. It's the Taliesin Overlook Trail, and I've hiked this trail a bunch of times, but I've only gone like about halfway. So it's two-ish miles, like 2.1, 2.2 miles from the trailhead to the overlook. So it's about a 4-mile round trip, and it's not super steep, but it's long. And so I've gone about halfway. I've gone to the 1 mile marker where I can see there's a sign that says the overlook is 1 more mile, but I've not really gone that far beyond that one. Yesterday I did. It was very cool out. It was not a hot morning. It was cloudy. The clouds were sticking around a lot longer than I was anticipating. I thought the clouds were going to burn off as soon as the sun came up, but it stayed pretty cloudy. It was so quiet out at the park. I think on that entire hike, on my hike out, I think I saw and like passed. I had one couple pass me, and then I had three people total, but 2 separate groups. So there was two women out hiking together and a solo guy out hiking. That was all I saw, and those were the only people I saw hiking out. On my way back, I saw a couple people. Well, it did pick up, especially as I got closer, like that last mile back. I was seeing people a bit more frequently. So it was getting busier as the clouds were starting to burn off, and it was getting later in the morning. The park was getting busier, but it was still just a really, really quiet hike. And it was so nice. So like I felt good. I had plenty of water with me. I had a protein bar with me if I got a little bit hungry. So I just thought, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna see if I can do it. I figured if I only got 1.5 miles, it felt like it'd be a little silly to turn around with only half a mile left, but I would if I needed to. But I ended up feeling really good the whole way. And the first mile is the hardest, and then that second mile to the overlook has a bit more up and down, and so it was a little bit better. So I made it to the overlook, which is really, really cool. I'd say the views from the top aren't quite that amazing. Like the views looking north and west, it's just houses. And they've really allowed, it's really sad, honestly, how far up into the hills they've allowed building to happen. So a good portion of the McDowell Mountains has been turned into preserve land, but not all of it is preserve. And so there's a bit of undeveloped land from what is part of what I assume is all part of the Taliesin West property, which Taliesin West is a house that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. It's now a museum, which is really cool. I've still never been. I need to go. I've never been, and I've lived right down the road from it for a long time. So there's, you can see there's a lot of land that's not been developed that I think is either preserved land or part of Taliesin West, because I need to look at the map and see if I can figure it out. What I think is the property, the house, there's one house and not a lot around it, so I'm assuming that's Taliesin West. But as you can see, the streets with all the other like new builds, not that far from it. But then there's some like right up against the mountain is preserved land and is undeveloped. But yeah, there's a lot of houses, so it's not the most spectacular view I've had out hiking there, but the views to the north of the mountains from that perspective were really, really beautiful. Really, really enjoyed that. I thought those views were gorgeous. It was still a bit cloudy. It'd be nice to see it on a sunnier day, but I don't know that I would have made it that far on a sunnier day unless it was really, really cool out, because I think the sun would have overheated me a bit. I got a little bit of a late start, so I was going so slow. Oh my gosh, I was going so slow. It took me over 2 hours to do 4.3 miles total, and that's not a terrible pace, but like I was doing 33 to 35-minute miles for the 2 miles going out, and I was doing like 27-minute miles on the 2 miles coming back, which were mostly downhill, but still I was going a lot faster on the way back than on the way out. So anyway, the views were really cool. From the overlook, I could see clear across to the Gateway Park and the other trailhead that I park at, and I could see the visitor center there, so that was really cool. And overall, it was worth it. And there was a guy, the couple that had passed me, I passed them, or we passed each other again as they were on their way down from the overlook. About a quarter of a mile down from the overlook, we passed each other again, and as they were passing, the guy said, "It's worth it." And I would say it is. It's worth it to see the views of the mountains from that angle and to see the rest of the McDowells and all of that. So like that view was worth it. I think the views of the houses, a little less worth it. But I'm still really glad I hiked out there, because what was really worth it were the views on the hike back. So the hike back was just spectacular. The sun was starting to come out a little bit more, but it was still a bit diffused by the clouds, but it was just enough to like change the lighting, and so that was looking really, really cool. But the rest of the hike going back was just really, really beautiful. So I've talked about this in previous vlogs, that the view going in, like the view looking back, is sometimes just as spectacular, if not more, as the view on your way out. Like, it's just looking back, you've been on that trail, but you're now seeing it from a completely different perspective, and it just really changes things. Which is why, like, some people prefer to hike loops so they're not retracing their steps. I actually really don't mind retracing my steps. I don't mind doing 2 miles out and then 2 miles back on the exact same trail, because those 2 miles back, you're going in a completely different direction, and the views and the perspective is just completely different. So that was really, really nice, and I just had a fantastic time on that whole hike. I was so tired. I was so tired by the time I got home, which is why we're not going for a hike today. And I had the thought driving home from yesterday's hike that, like, if doing 4+ miles yesterday means not hiking today, it was worth it, that I would rather do that than do 2 shorter hikes on Friday and Saturday, like to be able to hike both days. And that's the thing, when I do these longer hikes, which I know for some people 4 miles is like nothing, you run 4 miles every day. It's a lot for me. With fibromyalgia, those are the kinds of hikes that I used to do all the time that I just can't do anymore, especially if there's any amount of incline in them. And so when I am able to do one of these longer, more intense hikes, it just feels so good, even though my body kind of regrets it later in the day. I spent the rest of yesterday just laying on the couch, reading, watching TV, watched a lot of YouTube, watched some Netflix. I did a lot of reading. I finally finished, and I don't have it near me, it's across the room. I finally finished Shakespeare's Sisters, which was so good. And I'll talk about it in more detail in a future What I've Been Reading Lately video. But oh my gosh, on the off chance that any of you were like really curious what I was going to think about that book, I loved it. Would highly recommend it if you like women's history, if you like Renaissance history, if you like literary history, if you like all three, then you would definitely like this book. And for being a history book, the writing is very approachable. Really, really enjoyed that book. So finished that book and then didn't really do any reading for the rest of the day. Just kind of relaxed for the rest of the day and would get up every now and then to like move, because I knew if I stayed on the couch the entire day, I would not be able to move. So I did get up pretty much once every hour to just walk around, stretch a little bit, and I was doing a lot of heat therapy on my knees. So today I feel okay. I don't think I'd be able to go out for a hike, but I feel ready to go out with mom. So then it did rain last night. Didn't vlog anything of it because it was while I was sleeping, but we did get some more rain. When I woke up this morning, I could see the ground was still wet, so it had definitely rained, and I think it must have rained pretty good if it was still that wet this morning. But I think this is the last rain that we're getting. I think this is gonna be it, which is really, really sad. I have been so lucky for spring break. This has been truly the best spring break I could have asked for or hoped for, especially with the heat wave, the little mini heat wave we'd had at the very end of February. I feel like December was above average, January was above average, February was above average. I just thought that's it. Like, it's gonna be full-blown summer in March, and instead we've managed to get like one last like week to 10 days of like what felt like proper winter. That's been great, but it's about to end. So it's going to be pretty nice today for mom and I going out. So today I woke up early. I did manage to wake up early and came out here, started reading my new book. So I'm reading Not That Kind of Ever After, which is a rom-com that I picked up as one of my birthday books, part of my birthday book stack. So started reading that last night before I went to bed, and then got further into it this morning. I'm probably about a quarter of the way, somewhere between a fifth and a quarter. Really enjoying it so far. It's really funny. It kind of gives me Bridget Jones's Diaries type vibes. So did some reading in that until the sun came up, and then I did my spring decorating. So I don't know, like there's little things that, like, you'll see, and I've got video that I'll show you. There's little bits that I have done, and I'm liking how it's kind of turned out. I don't have the energy. I really don't have the energy. So I've put up some stuff and I've done some things for decorating, but I haven't done everything. There's also been some bits that I've just put into the donation pile. I've got a donation pile that's starting to accumulate. Just some things I'm like, I just don't know that I really want to put these out on display. I don't really know that I need them. So I don't know. I wanted to get the majority of the spring decor out and up, and the wreath is on the door and all the garlands are over the fireplace and the window and all of that stuff. But I just don't have the energy to do that much. So I think there'll be little tweaks and things throughout the next few weeks. I need to do cleaning. Do not have the energy for that. Like, I need to like mop and vacuum and dust everything, and that'll get done eventually. But there are some new things. So I bought some window decals. spring for me, like, especially this spring, because there's been no wildflowers. Like, it is getting green out there, but there's still like no wildflowers. I like to be surrounded by flowers. I want the inside of my apartment to look like a flower shop, basically. I have window decals for autumn and winter, and I don't have any for spring and summer, and so I thought I would get some. So I've got some beautiful wisteria over the balcony window, and then some wildflowers that I've put over the bottom of the balcony window on one half of it, because the other half is kind of blocked by my chair. So I've just got it over the bottom half that's kind of visible from the couch. And then I have some more in the little window behind my desk in the office area. And then in the big window, I have some daffodils, and they just make me smile. The ones in the big window are gonna have to come down eventually. They're gonna have to get moved elsewhere. I'll probably rearrange the ones in the balcony or something, because the big window is gonna have the blackout curtains put up in probably about a month, maybe less, see how it goes. So once the blackout curtains go up, I'm not going to leave the decals in there. They will just be completely bleached out by the end of the season. But I'm enjoying them for now, and they just make me smile. So I think when I've put them up over spring break, so I think when I sit back down at my desk after spring break, to have those in the window around me while I'm working is going to be really nice, and just a little bit of brightness and cheerfulness. But because they're on the window, they don't take up any space. But yeah, I've redone the couch. I've put the new couch cushions on, and I've, you know, swapped over the blankets and stuff to just shift around the color scheme and things a little bit. I love using throw blankets and cushion covers and swapping those things out because they pack down so well during the season they're not being used. But then just changing the colors of the cushion covers or the throw blankets really kind of brightens up the whole space. It's not as much as I had wanted to do, but it's enough, and I'm happy with it. So anyway, that's a bit of a long ramble, but that's what I've been up to over the last few days. That's really how the rest of spring break has been going so far. It's probably what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Go for a short hike in the morning, and then just completely relax for the rest of the day. But I figured today, since Mom is on her way, she'll be here very soon, and we're gonna go out, I thought today would be a fun day to vlog and just take you along with us. We are going to lunch at Zinc. Mom booked a table for us. And then I would like to go to Anthropologie again, and Mom has gift cards for Sur le Table and Sonoma, so I think we're gonna go check out both of those as well. And yeah, just have a nice relaxing kind of midday girls' day out, and then she's not going to want to be out super long, so come back here and just kind of relax and read and watch TV for the rest of the afternoon. I'm imagining I'll be home no later than 3 o'clock, so that'll give me a couple hours to just kind of relax here at home and enjoy the new wisteria garland over the fireplace. All the berry tones and like wintry tones are gone. It's full on spring in here now. So yeah, I'm not ready for the heat, but I am trying to embrace just the spring florals and all of those things that do genuinely make me happy about this time of year. But Mom is almost here, I think, and so I need to put my shoes on and swap out the cozy cardigan for a blazer and my scarf, and I need to get my handbag sorted, all of that stuff, just finish getting ready, and then I will take you all with me to Zinc for lunch and just a fun girls' day out. So come on. Okay, we are done. We have shopped till we dropped, or at least that's how I feel.
I didn't know you were vlogging because you didn't vlog on the way.
We had an amazing lunch at Zinc. That was so good.
Yep. Very yummy.
We split a flat iron steak. We did steak frites.
And split a creme brulee.
And split a creme brulee.
In forever.
I think it's been a year, if not more. Well, did we have any in London? Or England? I feel like there was one restaurant we went to where we did get a creme brulee, but I might be imagining that.
You might have gotten a creme brulee. I don't think.
So lunch was amazing, and then we did some shopping. We walked straight over to Scottsdale Quarter, and Mom was looking for some stuff at Sephora, so we went into Sephora. Of course, I found a couple things as well, although I did really well compared to Mom. Mom was the big spender at Sephora, but I get the points, so
Yeah,
thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Because I only spend anything there, once a year?
Yeah, Mom doesn't.
I almost tried to not laugh out loud.
Oh, why?
When she asked if we needed any skincare.
Oh.
Because Andrea, you can tell your audience about my skincare.
Like I have a skincare brand that I love and that I use, so I don't really look for new skincare at Sephora. They were doing a Sunday Riley special with a gift with purchase and stuff.
Well, you know me with skincare. Your
Yeah,
whole audience
so Mom
would be scandalized. They would be scandalized.
That's what I was getting to.
If I told them
I
skincare.
like using skincare. Mom, on the other hand, a bar of Dove soap, right? Dial.
Yes.
Dial. That's even worse. Dove at least has some like moisturizer or something in it.
Moisturizers make me break out.
She's just plain straight soap. That's it. No moisturizer afterwards, no serums, no eye cream,
Yep.
nothing. Just...
And I have terrible wrinkles to prove it.
No, but that's the thing. I'm not going to tell you all Mom's age, but you would probably not believe Mom's
You
age.
can tell them my age.
How old are you?
68. I'm going to be 69 this year.
And her mom was the same way. Grandma never looked... Like, I wouldn't say you look 30,
No,
but you don't
no.
look 69.
I look maybe 59.
Or 60, 68. Like, yeah.
See my wrinkles?
I feel like...
Oh, we got a green hair.
Yeah, so make sure. And guy dancing on the corner here. But yeah, I'd say you look like late 50s, maybe early 60s, but not 68.
Now that I've got gray hair, I do look older.
I do.
Just because of the hair stigma
Yeah.
that people get.
Although so many more women my age are letting the gray grow out.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing on the TV show this morning on the local news.
If I had naturally dark hair that was going gray, I'd probably let it grow out. But because I'm naturally light hair. So yeah, I mean, some women don't need all of the anti-aging skincare. I think Mom's made the right decision. My skin is definitely happier when I use some amount of skincare. I think if I just used bar soap and nothing else, I think my skin would not be happy with that.
Yeah, because you have different.
I've always had a different skin
you have
type.
drier skin than I do.
And I've always been acne prone, which Mom, have you ever struggled with acne? Beyond the occasional pimple
no, just
here and
when
there?
I was, just an occasional pimple, even when I was a teenager.
Yeah, whereas throughout most of my 20s and early 30s, I had really, really bad cystic acne. So we do have different skin types. So I think that's why I can't get away with Mom's skincare routine.
People probably say I would have probably not had as bad of
No,
pimples if
I don't know.
had been more.
I don't think so.
Supposedly wrinkles in general are inherited.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
genetic, not what you've eaten and all
Yeah.
that. Although making sure you drink plenty of water
Sun.
helps.
Sun.
Oh, I've never done sun.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think,
probably
and
it.
that's something I avoid the sun. I hike early morning or late right at sunset. If I'm hiking earlier or like middle of the day, I use a ton of sunscreen and the sun hat. So Mom's always been really good about sun protection.
Yeah, and the strange thing is, I had skin cancer on my face, even though I don't do sun. Even as a kid, I didn't do sun.
That's why
everybody was like, "Oh, it's for when you were a kid."
So after Sephora, we did Williams-Sonoma. We found, I'll show you what I got, but they had some Fortnum & Mason biscuits, including Mom's favorite lemon curd, for 90% off. They are best by March 28th, so Mom's gonna have to freeze most of them, but she bought a ton.
I bought them to freeze them because I can't eat them.
Yeah, she bought them specifically knowing she would freeze them, but 90% off. Like, you can't beat that.
It's probably what they really cost to begin with.
Probably. After Williams-Sonoma, we walked back over to Kierland and did Sur le Table, and then Anthropologie, and then on the way out, we passed this little cafe. I was thinking I would murder for an iced latte, but Press was all the.
She did. I had to leave the body behind.
But Press was on the back on the quarter side, so we popped.
That's my next murder mystery.
We popped in. You are just ridiculous. We popped into this place called The Buzz, and they did a decaf iced latte. So I didn't have to murder anyone, and I'm very happy. I probably would have murdered someone if I couldn't have gotten an iced latte, because it's not hot out, but Sephora was so warm, and I got overheated, and then that was it.
Didn't notice I didn't have my AC.
I kind of was noticing, but I'm okay. The iced latte is helping to cool me down.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had a lovely, lovely day. It has been so much fun.
Our nice last cool day.
Our nice last cool day where it feels
only 64 out.
Where it feels beautiful to be out walking around in an open air shopping center in the sun. Like, it really, other than Sephora being so warm, other than that, it was really, really beautiful today. It's so nice. So we've had such a good time. It is 2:13. I told you all earlier I didn't think I'd be home any later than 3. So beating that guesstimate.
Yeah,
Mom will be home by about 3. I figured I wouldn't get home later than 3 because you wouldn't want to get home.
Is just a couple hours nowadays.
It's not that long. But yeah, did you have fun today?
Yeah.
We had a good
haven't
time.
done this.
We haven't done something like this since England, it feels like.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I kept getting today. Like, we were shopping in England again. I did get some stuff. I'll show you that in a second. Mom did enable some purchases. So I spent the money,
should I buy
but
this? I'm like, yes.
it's easy for her to say when it's my money, but still, Mom said I should buy it, so I bought it. So I'll show you all that when I get home.
She'll end up having to go back and get it. That's why.
One of the things I got today was something I thought I would get the last time I was there, and I didn't. And then every day since then, I thought I need to go back and get it.
That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're
Yeah.
supposed to let something sit for a while.
But then they also say if you would be really disappointed if it wasn't there when you went back,
yeah,
then you should get it when you see it. So anyway, I'll show you all that in a second, but I'm gonna finish chatting with Mom and let her get going. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, I'm home. I'm ready to collapse. I'm ready to just get changed, get cozy, and snuggle up on the couch with my book. But before I do that, I want to show you what I got, because we did have a bit of fun shopping. So I did pretty well overall. And Mom and I go shopping together so rarely that it felt fun to like be shopping together. So at Sephora, that was the first place that I started spending money. Just because I was there, I got another of my brow gel stuff. This is by the Sephora collection. It is their Tint and Volume Brow Gel. Love this stuff. I've bought a million of these, so just figured I would stock up a bit early. Then I got another one of the, what were these called? Sheer Shine lipsticks. This one is in red. It's shade 8. I think it's shade 4. And shade 4 is what I'm wearing right now. So this is a really bright red. Let's wipe that off and give this a try. Because I've been wanting, since getting the other one, which I got for my birthday, I've been wanting to go back and get another shade. Oh yes. Because they're very sheer and they feel like a lip balm, but they have more tint. Like, they're not a full lipstick, but they're more than just a tinted lip balm. Because tinted lip balms, I've got a few of them, they don't have that much tint. they're more of a lip balm than a tinted lip balm. I've tried 2 from Burt's Bees and 1 from Pacifica, and I do like them and I wear them, but they're not that tinted. But these have a really good amount of color, but they're not so pigmented that it feels like a lipstick. And they feel like a very comfortable, they feel like a very comfortable lip balm, and they wear down really, really well. I can top it up as I feel like I'm losing some of the moisture. I can put on another layer of it. It kind of refreshes the color, refreshes the moisture, but doesn't get all like weird. I'd say about after a few hours, I do then like to kind of wipe it off and reapply fresh. So you can't just keep layering it and layering it and layering it all day long. But typically after a meal, like I'd be wiping it off anyway. So yeah, got another one of those. We'll see how this one goes. There were a few other shades that looked really nice, so I will probably go back and get some more. They're $16, which I feel isn't really that bad for a nice lip product that I can wear all day long. I was wearing the other one of these all day when I was working at home doing conferences. So in between conferences, I could just touch up the color a little bit, but it felt nice and comfortable as I'm drinking my coffee and things like that. It's easy to reapply and things like that. So yeah, love those. And then they threw in a few samples. So they gave me a sample of Replica from the garden, which I have a few replica fragrances, and I've tried a few replica scents, a fragrance and a candle, and I love them. So I'm excited to give that a try. And then I think this was a gift with purchase for buying Sephora collection, which I wasn't aware of, but I'll take it. Nourishing Moisturizer by Sephora collection. I love Sephora collection skincare and their cosmetics, obviously, but the Sephora collection stuff is really, really high quality, and from what I've been told, made in the same factory as some of the really expensive luxury brands, because the company that owns Sephora also owns all of these other luxury brands. So it's very similar quality, but a fraction of the price. So love those. So then at Fortnum & Mason, not Fortnum & Mason, at Williams-Sonoma, I bought some of the Fortnum & Mason cookies. So I got the salted caramel biscuits, which I have tried these before. They're very, very good. I might open up one of these to have with the rest of my latte. So yeah, I couldn't resist. They have a best by date on the side of the package for March 28th of this year, but $2.69. Normally these are, do they have their original sticker price, $26.95. I love these. I do not think they're worth $27. So yeah, but $2.69, totally all over those. So then we went to Sur le Table, and I wasn't going to buy anything, and I'd seen similar things at like kitchen things at Williams-Sonoma, and I managed to resist those, but at Sur le Table I couldn't resist anymore, and three of these things were on sale. So the 3 things that were on sale are these hot pads. I got 2 of them, and this oven glove. I love the hot pads because you could use them almost as a glove. So I thought that was really, really nice. But then obviously you can let something sit on top of them as well. And I just loved this print. I think they called it their Fleur collection, which is French for flowers. But yeah, I just thought the wildflower, these might be the only wildflowers I see this year. I just thought the wildflower print was really, really cute. And I don't really have, I've got a glove and some pot holders, but they're not this thick, and they're getting kind of old. So I might send those off to Goodwill. I just thought these were really cute and go really well with my kitchen and kind of the changes I've been making in there to the decor over the last few years. And then finally at Anthropologie. So you saw, if you watched my birthday vlog, my pre-birthday celebrations where I went to Zinc with the girls and went shopping afterwards, I bought a couple candles at Anthropologie. and I love them, and I've been using both of them. And the Peony Blush candle is probably my favorite candle. I love the print on the candle jar, and the one that I got, if you missed that vlog, this was the one that I got for my birthday. So it's got the beautiful A, because the brand is Apothecary 18, which is a sub-brand of Anthropologie, and it's just a nice candle on the inside, but once this is burned out, I can clean out any remaining wax, and it's a nice little jar. And then I also got the Bergamot Green Tea candle, which I really love, and I've been burning this one the last couple days, really enjoying that. But the Peony Blush is so my scent. And it really is very close to Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede. And I love the jars. And when I was there before, there were two different versions, the bigger ceramic jar and the smaller glass jar. And I loved both. And I really couldn't decide, but I ultimately went with the bigger one because it was bigger and I knew it would last me longer. But I couldn't stop thinking about the smaller one. And I have since also bought myself a really beautiful candle warming lamp. So you put a candle underneath it and the lamp heats up the top layer of wax and releases that scent. So I went back and bought the smaller candle. Comes in a beautiful box, but it also comes in an absolutely beautiful jar. And so I know once I have used this up and burned through all the wax, I can clean it out and reuse this jar as well for something. So it was just too beautiful. I couldn't resist. And it's the perfect size for that little candle lamp. The bigger ones, both of the other candles are just a little bit big, I feel. But I've got a small candle this size that's a lavender scented one that I've been heating up at night. And I think when that one is gone through, or I might just start alternating the two, which probably would be a good idea actually. So yeah, you'll just let it just heats up the wax, and then every like 5 or 6 burns, you just scrape off some of the top I'm kind of going by when I stop smelling it, I'll scrape off that top layer to get back to wax that I can smell. So yeah, I couldn't resist. I was out shopping with my mom, having too much fun, and oh, then I missed out one more thing at Sur le Table. I was having so much fun. I just wasn't really paying that much attention, but this is what mom encouraged me. It's just what mom enabled. This is what mom was like, just get it. Because I was going back and forth like, I don't need it, but I really want it. I don't need it. And she's like, just get it. So I did. So we have mom to blame for this one. But as soon as you see it, you're gonna know. It's a London mug with cherry blossoms or magnolia or something, but some kind of like spring blossom. And we've got Big Ben and a double-decker bus and cute London houses and a phone box and the London Eye and then the blossoms and everything, and it says London on the inside. I wish it was just a little bit bigger, I won't lie, but I will still happily use this. And yeah, it's got the little like street lamp. It's just too cute, and I do not need to justify this. But what I was thinking was I have one other, the Marks and Spencer mug is also kind of like spring summery vibe. Otherwise, most of my London mugs are Christmas themed. So yeah, anyway, I couldn't resist. I also thought this would make a really cute like Instagram photo with one of or all of my Across the Pond books. And it was only $10. So if you have a thing for city mugs, at Sur le Table, they also had Paris, and I think I saw one that looked maybe Italian. So they've got a few different cities at least. Might want to check it out. They also had a really beautiful mug that I almost got that was in more of like this wildflower print. That one was gorgeous. And I might go back, we'll see. But when I went over to the big rack to look at the rest of them, I saw this one, and then I couldn't resist. So yeah, so I'm gonna put that in the hot pads in the kitchen and get everything else put away, get changed, get cozy, sit down to finish my latte and do some reading. And I have had a flashing battery light this whole time that I can't believe it's still letting me record. So yeah, I'm gonna stop tempting fate and just stop talking and go relax. It is nearly 8 o'clock, so I am winding down for the evening and about to go get ready for bed. So I figured it's time to wrap up this vlog. I am halfway through, slightly more than halfway through this book, and really enjoying it. It is laugh out loud funny. I have been just giggling to myself all afternoon reading this one. It's definitely adult humor. I wouldn't say it's a spicy romance, but it does talk about adult activities, if that makes sense. And I don't know, like, romance. I mean, I'm more than halfway through and there's a quest for romance, but there isn't like a growing romance with any particular character just yet. Like with the main female character and any male character. But I'm loving it. I am just loving it. So I'm going to try to finish the last bit of it tomorrow, just to see if I can get it finished before the end of spring break. I can't believe I only have one more day of spring break. I am definitely going to do as little as possible tomorrow. Today has been so much fun, but this is the most active day I feel like I have had all week. So yeah, I have no idea what the next video is going to be. There should, my favorite word, there should be a bonus video on Friday. I have not yet filmed that, and I had wanted to film that during spring break. So we will see if I can film something on Monday or Wednesday to be able to put up for Friday, but there might not be a bonus video this week. So yeah, don't know what's next. Don't know if there will be something on Friday. Don't know what the next video will be on Monday, because you're watching this on Wednesday, but I will see you very soon in some video or another. If you've enjoyed this one, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I would really appreciate both of those things. Say hi in the comments. On your way down to the comments, you can stop in the description box and find links to my books, links to sign up for my newsletter. There will be a newsletter going out soon. If not the one coming this Friday, then next Friday, but I'm really hoping it'll be this Friday as you're watching this, or if you're watching this on the Wednesday. I'm going to try to drop some information about the next book. So if you want to know as soon as possible, because I will share it on the vlogs eventually, but if you want to know as soon as possible who the main character of my next novel is and what her business is and all of those details, who the main male character is, we'll see how many details I give, but if you want to know those details, then sign up for the newsletter, because they're the first people to get all of those sorts of details before it makes its way into a vlog, because I usually pre-film these farther in advance than I write the emails. So yeah, make sure that you are signed up to the email list if you're not already. And then in the comments, leave me some shopping bags or some French fry emojis for the delicious house frites that we had at Zinc today, and the shopping that Mom and I did today. It was so much fun. So I really hope you enjoyed spending just a girls' afternoon with the two of us. It was such a good day. So yeah, those are your emoji prompts for this vlog. And in the comments, our question of the vlog. I've done my spring decor as much as I was able to do this week. Have you decorated for spring? Do you decorate for spring? Or if you're Southern Hemisphere, you're coming into autumn, do you switch up any of your home decor or decorate for any kind of autumn vibes? But yeah, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and it's spring, do you decorate for spring in general? Do you decorate for Easter? There were some really cute Easter things at both Sur le Table and Sonoma. So yeah, let's just chat seasonal decor, and what do you do in your home to signal to your brain that it's coming into a new season? Do you just do a deep spring clean and then no decorations? Like, I just really would like to know, because I'm a nosy nose like that, and I just like to know what everyone else does. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. But thank you for hanging out with us today, and I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!